Hello everyone, welcome back to another very important session of FINRA classes, and our FINRA series is going on, and we have solved quite a number of questions from FINRA people. So all the students who are aspiring to sit for this examination, please join our session and let us learn from our classes. And if you have got any doubt, I always tell that, see, if you face any kind of problem or any kind of doubtful doubts in your solving method or understanding in theory, then please call us or ping us. Otherwise also you can call us for ping us for study materials and mock test. You can also let us know in a comment section that what are the questions you want us to solve for you, so that your doubts get clarified. You can also let us know what are the which year paper or what the paper pattern you want us to solve. Okay, so we have picked up some important FINRA questions for you, and we are solving one after the another. So if you have got any doubt, please let us know. Okay, and the number is given in your screen. It's 9062395123. Okay, let's focus on the question. There are several financial models that refer to the risk-free rate of return. Which of the following instruments is used to measure that rate? 90-day treasury bill, 30-year treasury bill, 1-year CD, federal funds. Tell me. Talking about this risk-free rate. So you have to know this, right? Basically. Okay, chalo. What is the risk-free rate? Is the risk? What is risk-free rate? It is the return on an investment with no default risk, number 1. And number 2, it's no reinvestment risk. Over very short periods, is no in reinvestment over very short period. In practice, no asset is perfectly risk free, but markets use government securities as the closest proxy. Okay, so in practice, no asset is perfectly risk free. Every asset has got risk, but markets use government securities as the closest proxy. Now, identify the proxy used in models. Okay, proxy, government proxy used. See, financial models typically use short-term government securities issued by US Department of Treasury. Financial government use short-term, okay, short-term government securities. Issued by the most common benchmark is the benchmark is the treasury bill. Especially the 90-day T-bill. And why? Why so? So, most common benchmark is the treasury bill, especially 90-day T-bill, that we have got. But why? Because it's backed by the US government. First point, backed by US government. Are you writing it down? These are very important points, please write it down. Number 2, it is about very short term maturity, which is minimal interest rate risk. So, very short term maturity. Minimal and number 3, it's highly liquid and actively traded. Got it? Now let's evaluate the answers, or the options rather, not the answer, options. First, it's talking about 90-day treasury bill. We have just now talked about it over here, 90-day T-bill, treasury bill obviously. So, this is a standard risk free proxy used in CAPM, capital asset pricing model. Okay, it is used in CAPM. I hope you all know capital asset pricing model. Clear? And there is option pricing model, portfolio theory. This is correct because it's option pricing model. But portfolio theory, we can say portfolio. Now, let's focus on the another options, 30-year treasury bill. No, this is wrong because why? There is no such thing as 30-year T-bill. Long-term government debt is called treasury bonds. 30-year is long-term, right? So, long-term, it's a 90-day, it's 30-year, it's called treasury bond. Long-term government debt is called treasury bond. Clear? Third is 1-year CD. This is also wrong. Why? Because issued by banks has credit risk, so no risk free. No risk free. And federal fund is also wrong because this refers to federal funds rate, which is an interbank lending rate. It is interbank lending rate. Interbank lending rate and not a security investors can hold directly. Okay, so security investors cannot hold it directly. Clear? Now, why short term government securities are used? Tell me, why short term government securities? Tell me. Because risk free rate is equal to short term treasury yield. That means if we talk about risk free rate, we can talk about short term treasury yield. And because it is about default risk, zero, price volatility, very low, then comes matches the theoretical assumption of certain return, that we understand. Now, where the risk-free rate appears, CAPM equation. So, risk-free rate appears in CAPM equation. So, and it stands for E RI is equal to RF plus beta plus RM minus RF. Clear? So, RF is risk free rate, of course, and it is for 90 day bill, and this help you to understand that this is not just a memorizing question, it is a foundational to the all modern financial model. Okay, risk free means treasury and short term means T-bill. So, when you see risk free rate theoretical model benchmark, it's always the answer 90-day treasury bill. Okay, understood. So, I have given you the equation, I have given you the theory, everything has been detailed covered in details, and I think you have understood this. Okay, so it has been done in details, and yes, we are done with this question. Moving on to our next class, and I'll see you there. Take care, have a lovely day, bye bye.